We are the wild card. I am Megan Dominici, and this is our team: Betsy Van Dyne, Roman Block, Sarah Marshall, Carlos Barragon, Molly Moran Williams, How many of you have ever been hungry? We all have, right? Now imagine going to school day after day when you were hungry. Imagine trying to go to sleep at night when you are hungry. How about trying to focus at work or doing manual labor when you are hungry? Hunger is not a third world issue. Our group was alarmed to hear that hunger is such a huge issue in our own community, a community known for amazing food and fabulous wine. How could this be? And what could we do about it? Well, as I said, I am Megan, and Feed the Need is our practicum project. We would like to share with you what we have learned over the last 9 months. To start, let me ask you another question. What is food insecurity? A few months ago, I could not answer this question. I have come to learn that food insecurity is not having consistent, dependable access to enough food for active, healthy living. Throughout this project, we came in contact with a number of people from our own community. Their stories touched our lives so much that we wanted to share them with you. The truth is that those that suffer from food insecurity are often hidden, reluctant to share their stories or their struggles. Tonight, we would like to share real words with you from these members of our Napa community. Tonight, we would like to give them a voice.
Hi, my name is Alicia. I'm a junior in high school and I'm one of 5 girls, the youngest an 8-month-old baby. We live in a mobile home and things are really tight. It's hard for my mom to feed us. We recently lost access to food stamps because my sister's working 2 jobs. We're always hungry. Teachers are telling me to focus on the future and think about college, but it's hard to focus on anything when you're struggling every day.
My name is Martin and I'm 81 years young. I rely on my Meals on Wheels deliveries to eat. One day, as I was walking to the door, I fell. The 2 ladies that bring my meals knew that something was wrong. My door was usually always open for them. They called staff who were able to contact my daughter, and they saved my life.
My name is Leah, and I'm 28. I've been on the streets for years now. I have Lyme's disease, and I'm in and out of treatment centers and struggle with my meds. I have a 3-year-old daughter that I rarely get to see. When you live in poverty, you struggle with where to put your money. Would I rather pay for shelter or food? And how will I pay my bills? Access to food has saved me. I am so grateful for it and for those who serve at the table, Salvation Army, and the Hope Center. It is hard to be on the streets. We are so vulnerable out here.
My name is John. I am a 2nd grade teacher in Napa. This year I have struggled with one of my students. He is always distracted and acting out in class. After a meeting with his parents, I realized they were struggling with the high cost of living in Napa. My student was simply hungry. Now that I know, I've asked him to tell me when he misses a meal so that I can find ways to get him food. But most kids don't know how and where to get help.
My name is Maria. I have a good job working full-time in a local winery, but I also need to supplement with other part-time work to make rent in Napa and to support my kids. If one of my kids gets sick, it can be really hard to juggle staying home with them with getting in enough hours at work. I don't feel like we're as needy as others, but lately I have considered visiting the food bank. I don't want our friends and coworkers to know we are having trouble. I don't want anyone to look at us that way.
Now that you've heard some of the stories, these are the statistics that compelled us to take action. 1 in 4 California children face food insecurity. 18.6 of the children live in food insecure households in Napa County. That's nearly 6,000 children. In Napa County, 320 seniors receive Meals on Wheels, and an additional 100 seniors dine at congregate sites. 45% of students in the Napa Valley Unified School District qualify for free and reduced lunches. In Calistoga, that's 72%. Half of the people who are eligible don't know about or are not able to make use of the resources available to them.
Since Napa Valley is known as much for its abundance of fine food as it is for fine wine, you can imagine we were shocked to find out that we had so many hungry people in our own community. Still, we thought with all the resources available, how hard could it possibly be to design a food access network that would connect the excess food, perhaps from restaurants or caterers or events, to those in need? Sounds pretty easy, right?
Hey guys, can you believe this food insecurity situation in our own Napa Valley? Carlos, you work with a bunch of restaurant guys. They must have some food that we can donate.
After our last meeting, I talked to a couple restaurants, and the biggest concern was liability. No one wants to be sued.
Yeah, liability is always a problem, but I know that there are protections at the federal and state level for people who actually donate to nonprofits. Didn't David Busby from the table say something about a county flyer that encapsulates all of these rules?
Yeah, I think David's working on that. Hey, we should get David to come on down. He runs the table. They serve 40,000 hot meals a year. David, come on down. Join our conversation.
Hey, Carlos, what is next?
So while they're working on all the liability concerns, we should be talking about where we're going to get all this food and what are we going to do with it once we have it.
Yeah, there are so many events that happen in Napa. It's a great opportunity to gather excess food and get it to the people in need. Maybe we could pick one event and try it out?
How about Bottle Rock? Can you imagine all the food?
Bottle Rock, that's a great idea. There are a lot of details to figure out. Safe food storage, transportation, distribution, volunteers. Let's see if we can get a few people from the county and other organizations that are doing outreach to join the discussion, like maybe Lisa Clark from Environmental Health in Napa County and Brandy Lunn from the Living Vine Church. Come to the table. Hey, Megan, can you believe how many people are coming to the table to work on this project, the Waste Not Napa Valley?
This is such good stuff. Good stuff indeed. You guys are not going to believe this. This is how technology is. We just got an email that we have a blessing from Latitude 38 to glean from Bottle Rock. So,
You heard it first.
we did. And you know what else is so awesome is that there was another group, as you already heard, from the best class ever working on this project too. So if Betsy could represent us up here.
Betsy Cipriano, come to the table. I know we've got lots of logistics to figure out on this, but look at all of the people who want to make it happen.
So it was a little harder than we thought, and it took a little bit longer than we thought. And in fact, we even considered tonight making our prop a closed door instead of a table. But you see how quickly things have changed. And we have had some serious milestone successes. First, we initially scaled back our project in order to develop a geographical resource guide to make a list of all the programs and services for those in need of food in Napa County. And we did this in partnership with the Coalition for Nonprofits. We brought that tonight, and we're actually going to be passing it out. So if you think you can distribute this at your school, at your daycare center, at your health center, Boys and Girls Club, or on a website somewhere, please contact us after this event tonight because we would love to get this out there. Second, the Wild Card will be presenting on May 22nd at the local Food Advisory Council to talk about our successes and setbacks with regard to trying to design a food access network. So we're very excited about that. And finally, last but not least, a funny thing happened when we started to express, our concern over making this happen, and we talked to different members of our community, talked about those challenges. The table at our weekly meeting got larger and larger. And actually, this group, I mean, you've heard, we're going to be at Bottle Rock. We started receiving emails literally every day that said, hey, how can we get involved with this Waste Not Napa thing? And so the answer to that question is, come to Compadres at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays and come join us. Honestly, we have built a framework and are ready to come to any major or minor event this summer. And we'll have volunteers, we have logistics figured out, we have food safety in mind with environmental health. So please, for more information or to actually get this group engaged in an upcoming event of yours, please contact any one of us from the Wildcard or David Busby, who's the director of the table in Napa. And as you can see, there's another seat at the table. So if you're interested and you want to help, please come join us to feed the need.